We are joined in studio today by Tom Jenkins, the director of Classic in the Country 11, as well as the director of Ohio Girls Basketball Report. Tom, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Dave, for having me, and thank you here with Holmes County Ticket for all the promo work with Classic in the Country, and obviously thank you for bringing us into the age of social media, because if it was left up to me, we'd still be on paper and pen.
Well, that's our pleasure. I think, first of all, we're going to just jump right in here and talk a little bit about the past 10 years. You know, this is the 11th year, so for 10 years, you guys have put together 10 really spectacular, very meaningful Ohio high school girls basketball showcases. Talk a little bit about the past 10 years.
Well, originally, yes, we put in a lot of work, but what has really catapulted this thing over the 10 years and has been the support of the business community and the volunteers of Holmes County, not just East Holmes County, but West Holmes County as well, along with the media here in Holmes County promoting the event, and the media around the state helping us promote the event, and it has far exceeded all expectations over the last 10 years, because if you look at it, I was playing with some numbers, and over the last 10 years we have had over 225,000 people attend. We've had exactly 1,386 college coaches attend this event. The economic impact of the Classic in this area has been in excess of $12 million. We've been able to sustain Coach Reese's foundation, the Perry Reese Scholarship Foundation. And as well, for those 3 days in January, we're able to perpetuate Dr. King's vision regarding racial harmony and a celebration of sameness. Something that those knuckleheads up in Washington don't understand. You cannot legislate. But and so in a nutshell, it's been a real enjoyable experience. It's fun to work on every year, and it's very beneficial both from a economic standpoint as well as from a almost a philanthropic standpoint.
Yeah, and this has really become something that has become greater than I think a lot of people's vision would have ever seen it. It's a tournament, it's a showcase where I think a lot of people would kind of connect it with a bigger area. Here it is in Little Holmes County, but it really comes from a lot of hard work from you, from Coach Slaubaugh, and from the numerous volunteers that kind of make this thing go.
Well, there's a lot of people that are involved behind the scenes, and it's a passion for everyone, not just the passion for the game of girls basketball, but a passion for what this weekend is and means, as well as a passion and love that they had for Coach Reese.
And I think, too, that you've been a driving force in the fact that you really wanted to make this something special because of Dr. Martin Luther King. That has obviously been your passion, and I think you and I have talked before about something that Gary Sterrett said that you think really sums up what this weekend is.
Because when Dave and I met and we started on this, the idea was a celebration of diversity and how beneficial diversity really is in our society. And I think former superintendent Mr. Sterrett said that he coined a phrase, said that this really is a celebration of sameness. Because if you take all the diverse folks that come into East Holmes County over the Classic weekend, and we're really celebrating the sameness that we have, because this event's really built on three things that everybody enjoys: competitive athletics, great food, and good music. And so that's where the sameness comes in, because we use those three vehicles of which to perpetuate a weekend of racial harmony pursuant to Dr. King's vision. Yeah,
and it really is a weekend of respect and cohesiveness and just people getting along and having a good time.
Except for the referees. Hey, there's a few folks that way.
They're not all bad.
No. They all got here by osmosis anyway, so we don't have to include them in the human race. So,
all right. So there's a little summation of the first 10 Classic in the Country years. They've been special. They've been a lot of fun. There's been some great basketball. They've been close games. Just a lot of really great competition, a lot of great young ladies kind of showing what they can do.
Well, if you look at the basketball piece of it, which is the vehicle for this event, there have been 40 state champions since we've started this. Four divisions, a state champion in each division, over 10 years, and 29 of them have competed at the Classic, in their state championship year. There have been 160 Final Four teams over this 10 years, 16 Final Four teams every year, 4 divisions, 4 per team. And 71 of those have competed here during their Final Four year. If you look at the players, there have been 10, obviously, Ohio Miss Basketballs. All of them have competed here at Classic in the country, 9 of them in the year in which they were selected Miss Basketball. Every McDonald's All-American that Ohio has produced over the last 10 years has competed in the year in which they were selected as a McDonald's All-American. If you look at the 3 major national scouting services, those that do the same thing I do but on a national level, we have averaged over 80 Division I prospects playing in each Classic over the 10-year period. And then you go to the games. When we started this, and it fell in my purview to put together the schedule, invite the teams, and sort of construct the matchups, the goal was to have games at where our point differential, our 5-year plan and a 10-year plan, was to have point differentials of 10 points or less over 200 games. We missed that by a little bit, but not much. 12.1 has been the average point differential for the 200 games that we've had over 200 years. I mean, over 200 games. And so if you break that down, that's really a difference in a game of 1 possession per quarter.
Yeah.
And so the games have been really good. We have had some one ways, but for the point differential to get back down to 12 points, that means we've had many more exciting games than non-exciting games.
Yeah, and I think between your efforts with the OGBR and the Classic here, it really has created a real hotbed of girls basketball here in Ohio, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I think there was a gentleman, I'm trying to recall his name, that writer, and I think he said it best when he said that for this weekend, Berlin, Ohio becomes the universe of girls basketball.
Well, the universe, there you go.
And so I thought that was the exceptional phrase that he used there.
All right, anything else you want to add here?
I think we're good. I think we want to talk a little bit about the Classic 11 coming up from an overview standpoint, and then we'll move on to the matchups.
All right, very good. Well, I'm Dave Master, HomesCountyTicket.com, here today with Tom Jenkins. We appreciate your time, Tom, for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me, and again, thank you for helping us promote Classic in the Country.
Not a problem. Hey, get down here, check it out over Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. Some great ball, some great food, some great times. We invite every one of you to come on down and enjoy the weekend with us. Thanks for joining us.